How to get better at sacrifice puzzles. Are you curious about how to improve your skills with sacrifice puzzles in chess? Let's break down some effective strategies that can help you excel. First, focus on pattern recognition. Understanding common themes in sacrifices is essential. For example, clearance sacrifices involve removing a piece to open lines for an attack. Deflection sacrifices lure your opponent away from critical squares. Positional compensation means trading material for long-term advantages. Next, identify critical squares and lines on the board. Look for squares or files that could lead to checkmate or material gain if opened. Sacrifices often target these areas, so being aware of them is key. Calculating force sequences is another important step. Practice visualizing moves ahead, especially checks, captures, and threats. Sacrifice puzzles frequently relying on forcing moves to justify the material loss. After a sacrifice, assess the compensation. Evaluate whether the initiative, king safety, or positional control outweighs the material deficit. This evaluation will help you decide if the sacrifice was worth it. Studying common patterns is also beneficial. Review puzzles that involve rook lifts, knight forks, or bishop sacrifices to weaken pawn structures. Recognizing these recurring tactical motifs will improve your overall game. When solving puzzles, start with incrementally difficult ones. Begin with basic clearance sacrifices, like moving a blocking piece to enable a checkmate. As you gain confidence, progress to more complex positional sacrifices. Daily puzzle practice is a great way to build intuition. Use online platforms that offer sacrifice-specific puzzles. This consistent practice will sharpen your skills over time. Analyzing master games can also provide valuable lessons. Study games played by renowned players like Mikhail Tal or Paul Morphy. Observe how they create winning chances through sacrifices. After solving puzzles, take time to review your mistakes. Analyze why a sacrifice worked or failed. This reflection will refine your decision-making for future games. Be aware of common pitfalls. One mistake is overlooking your opponent's resources. Ensure that your sacrifice does not allow counter-sacrifices or defensive moves. Also, do not ignore the endgame impact. Verify that your compensation, such as passed pawns or active pieces, continues into the endgame. For advanced tactics, consider double sacrifices. Sacrificing to pieces can overload defenses or open multiple lines for attack. Tempo-based sacrifices can also be effective, using a sacrifice to gain time for regrouping or launching a faster attack. By practicing these elements methodically, you will develop the foresight to spot sacrificial opportunities and the precision to execute them effectively.